Welcome one, welcome all, welcome. Took a bit of Stellaris. It has been a while. I took a bit of a hiatus from making videos here, but I'm back and I'm destined to go through with this one. I guarantee it. Alright, I know that some of these have stopped short in the past due to bugs and other things and losing a bit of interest, but I think the significant changes in 2.0 have really revitalized my interest in Stellaris and fixed a lot of the inherent problems with how repetitive and boring the game got in the middle and towards the end. So, let's take a look. I did receive a request from somebody. This is a lot of my other games, at least some of my previous games, were less militaristic than they otherwise might be. We're going to change that, because today we're playing an all-seeing, all-knowing hive mind, a consciousness, a gestalt consciousness, based on a hive mind from one of the Peter F. Hamilton books. If you have never read any Peter F. Hamilton and you are a fan of sci-fi, shame on you. Peter F. Hamilton is fantastic, and his Commonwealth series is particularly good. I'm a huge fan of that series, and in that series there is a race of beings called the Primes, and spoilers, they're a hive mind, and they essentially hate everything that isn't them. So they basically want to kill everything in the galaxy because they see everything, every other sentient being, as competition for being alive. And they're the only ones that can be alive. So that's what we got here. We've got the hive mind, which increases growth speed and makes resettlement cheaper and easier. It also means we don't have to deal with any population, happiness, or any kind of internal politics. It's exclusively spreading across the galaxy, probably through a lot of war. We get a bit of extra unity, which is important because if you're going for a wide empire, unity becomes a big problem. And subsumed will, because spreading across the empire, across the galaxy, requires quite a lot of influence in order to do it. So that's where we're at. We get a little bit of extra influence and core sector systems as a Gestalt consciousness. The traits I've taken: hive-minded, is not affected by happiness. There you go. Intelligent, we were going to need to get a bit of we're a hive mind. We should have some advantages with all this parallel processing, so I figure intelligent works. Traditional also increases our unity output, same reason that we had this here. And as a result, we're also kind of sedentary. Well, in Peter F. Hamilton's book, one part of the primes are called immotiles, the other ones are called motiles. The immotiles are non-mobile, the motiles are mobile. But because their immotiles are not mobile, they're sedentary. Seem to make the most sense as to a negative. Now, can't get achievements because the checksum is modified because I put some mods on that change the interface, but that's fine. We'll still play in Iron Man mode just for the hell of it. We're going to play a medium galaxy. I do always am a fan of the spiral arms because they create interesting choke points that you don't get in the regular one. Let me turn on the chat here just in case I can't see if anybody's saying anything. 1 second. Pop out. There we go. Now I can see my good friends here at Twitch. And that's the one I want. Now I can see my good friends on the YouTube stream. Bingo. Okay, we're going to hit play. For those of you that haven't played, this patch changed huge fundamental aspects of the game, which we'll get into in a second. So, at the dawn of time, we awoke. The mind studied our surroundings on Dyson Alpha with a multitude of eyes. We moved as one, building shelters for the drones, developing industry, and researching new technologies, etc., etc. Begin! So, let's first take a look at how we're situated here. We're on sort of the end of an arm. If we can get this whole sector just for us and put a couple of good, strong points here, I'd be really happy with that, and then focus on expanding elsewhere so that we don't have to worry too much about military fleets back here. That would be ideal. Whether we can do that is certainly up for argument. Now, a lot of people recommend getting that science ship right off the bat. Getting a new leader does cost energy now instead of influence, which can have an effect. Let's see, where is it? So if we wanted to recruit a new scientist, it costs 200 energy. So getting a new science ship until that happens just doesn't make any sense because it will just cost us energy before then. So we're not going to make a new science ship just yet. Instead, we're just going to take our science ship and send them out to the 4 so closest planets and survey those. So the new thing is that everything is this hyperlane technology. You don't get any other type of ability to set up your jumps in the early game. The other thing is our home system is already surveyed at the beginning of the game. That's also new. So you can see we started with a few mining systems, but we have a couple others that are not there. So let's build some mining stations right off the bat. Pick a few research things. Oh, I love getting that 5% right off, but man, Power Plant 2 is also good. It'll come back, though. It'll come back. And then this growth speed is good for when we're starting to just get off the ground. However, Hydroponics 2, let's not get that until we get the power plant, because if you start upgrading all your hydroponics farms, it gets really expensive in terms of power, and we're going to need that for our expansion in the early game. So let's get growth speed. Lastly, oh, we got a couple of early possible upgrades. They've redone all of the military components as well, and ship design, which is great. We'll get into that, but right now, I think we want to get that coil gun level 2. That's the level 2 kinetic gun. Kinetic guns here, you can tell, do more damage to shields, and energy weapons do more damage to armor. All right. So we're going to get that. That's our start. And I don't think... We can't really explore with our combat swarm. That's another new change. You cannot send combat military... You can't send anything except a science ship out to explore the galaxy, which is good because in the past you had to explore with your corvettes, and it was really annoying to micromanage them all the time. But now you don't have to. So we don't have a lot of minerals to do anything with. We don't have a lot of energy credits to do anything with. So we're just going to hit the go button and hit level 3 speed here. Hello, Vincent Edwards and E.M. Ridley. Oh yeah, because the whole focus of this faction... M. Ridley asks, will there be Death Stars in this playthrough? The whole focus of this faction is, as I mentioned, sort of recreating Peter F. Hamilton's series of race. So they hate everything that isn't them. And so if I ever come across a planet that I can't personally settle on, well, if I can't have it, nobody can. We're going to blow that thing up. You know what I mean? A startling find. It's teeming with alien life. This is amazing. So we found a continental world, which is, I think the continental temperate planet is the type that the books kind of described for these guys. So that's why I picked that.
Star system charted.
We may not see Death Stars right at the beginning. I'm sure they take a very long time to get to.
Construction complete.
All right, so we did get a star system charted, so we could right now, if we wanted to, save up to 300 and set down our roots here. Well, let's just let it play through a little longer and see what happens between now and the time we get to 300. So there's no good planet here, so I think this is going to be a decent starting point. There's no 4-way location for our colony ship. Because remember, when you're dropping a new colony, you want to put it in a place where all 3 of the orthogonal areas next to it are either food, minerals, or power, whereas this one has the science research above it. All right, 40% failure risk chance. I can't afford another scientist right now. Well, I could, but I want to build another science ship. So I do not want this guy to overexert himself. Let's leave it be for now. What is his specialty? His specialty is even lower, like, failure risk, and it's still 40%. Anyway, as we just saw, we need to build our second science ship because we are now at 200 energy credits. So we do want that second ship out there. Checking out. We'll send one this way, and we'll send the other one this way.
Construction complete.
There we go. We got a science ship. Let's find the best new candidate. That's too bad. What are our current candidates? They are all just regular bonuses to interchange. I was hoping to get another one that was bonus to anomalies or survey speed or something like that, but I guess we're just going to have to go with one of these guys. Let's see. We've got field manipulation, statecraft, and materials. We already have a field manipulation, a biology, so we want a biology or an industry. Let's get statecraft, because I like getting those early ones. Sometimes it pays to switch around your scientists when you've got a research that is worthwhile. So let's go to the science ship. We'll give him that guy. Boom, done. Now this science ship is going to head where? Let's send him on a bit of a loop around here, I think. So survey, 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 survey. We'll stop there and see when he's done. Meanwhile, the construction ship is looking to put down a little bit of research here. I'm going to wait and spend...
Star system charted.
Excellent. Ooh, that is a nice system. It's got 6, 7, 8 resources. 8 is a very good number. We've got another one with 8 resources. Those are going to be very good. Oh, you know what we have to do here? Well, you know what? We can start production of the colony ship. You'll notice you can only build civilian vessels from the spaceport on your planets. All military has to be built in star bases now, which we'll get to in just a second. But I am going to start the construction of a colony ship, because that takes a long time, about 30 years. Or, sorry, 3 years. No, 360 days, not months. Okay. So 360 days, roughly a year to build. In that time, we'll have enough resources to claim Kupier with a star base. But first, we have our first tradition has become available. Now, because our focus is on expansion and war, I think expansion and supremacy are the two that we're going to think about the strongest. Synchronicity, unity of mind begets unity of purpose. Pop growth speed, that's kind of good for early expansion. Leader lifespan is increased. Build speed, that's also pretty good for early, because you do a lot of building. But build speed's not so great. I kind of would have preferred a build cost reduction. Like, I don't care if the building takes a little bit longer to build in most cases. Shipyard build speed, on the other hand, increase is pretty valuable. And fire rate by 15% within your borders, that's pretty good too. But, I mean, unrest. I've never had unrest with a hive mind, but maybe when we conquer others, we might need that unrest reduction. Hey, John Walker, how's it going? Hive synapse. I'm sure that's a unity building. Probably like it, like the pleasure dome is like a happiness building. I'm guessing the hive synapse is a unity building. But man, I have always been attracted to expansion. Colony development speed increased by 100%. This one is most valuable right at the beginning when you really don't want to spend that extra 8 energy all the time. So instead of 4 years, it takes 2 years. Let's do that. And then we'll look into supremacy shortly after. Okay, so now we're sending our construction ship over here. We're just waiting to get back up to the correct number of minerals to build a starbase. We're sending out our science ships. Let's have this science ship do a bit of a circle as well. We have encountered some form of alien vessels. They're alien vessels, Captain. Beta aliens. Well, that can't be good. We want to divert. Yeah, let's divert to finding out who they are and what's going on here. I mean, technically, you can kind of cheat by zooming in here and going, oh, that's a blah. Although, I actually don't know what this is, but it's not a space cow. It's not a space amoeba. So it must be another really close empire. In that case, we're going to want to take a look at our next... I mean, we already are researching military, right? We've got the level 2 coil gun coming right off the bat. Another anomaly with a failure risk. 20%, it's being higher. Failure risk never lower than 5%. But isn't this guy the guy with... Oh, this is the statecraft guy, so he's not really benefiting from any of that. A leader's gained a level. The archaeologist is better. So we're going to leave that be for now. Where's the archaeologist? Oh, the research risk is only 20% because he is now leveled up. But he has the special thing here, right? Anomaly fail risk minus 25%. I guess that's not taken into account in this calculation. Because that should be at 15, right? If the base risk is 20 minus 25%, you know, for 1/5 of 20 is 5, so that should be down to 15. I wonder if that's a display bug or if that's actually an issue. Anyway, what we're going to do is we have this guy selected. We know he's good for these anomalies. I'm going to hold Control-Shift and then click Research, so he adds that to the front of his queue. So after that, he'll go back to doing the original set of orders, which is really nice. Hello, Chris and Christian. Kill the Xenos. Yes, that's pretty much it. I know, man. I wish the traditions... There needs to be a reason to take all of them first or last, or anywhere in between. I feel like expansion is a lot less useful if you don't play it right off the bat. And that, you know, is problematic. I mean, the starbase capacity is great. Starbase influence cost reduced by 10%. Well, you know, that one's a lot bigger when you're building starbases... a large number of them. Here we go. Starbase outpost getting built. Meanwhile, Dyson Alpha's almost finished our colony ship. So we can actually watch as our construction guy here. He's building an outpost. This is the very first level of a starbase that's in the new patch.
Foreign power is hailing us.
Well, we've gained 50 influence because we translated their language first. That's good. So who are these guys? Fanatical Purifiers. They even look like us. Oh my god. So you guys are probably not familiar with Peter F. Hamilton's books, even though he's a really good sci-fi author and he's pretty popular. In that book, there are 2 planets that have primes on them. One, like they figured out space travel and they sent a ship with some of their species to another planet, and it grew up to be its own separate hive mind because it got disconnected from the main hive, sort of. It's not a perfect analogy, but the fact that there's these other guys right next to us who are also fanatical purifiers, now they're not a hive mind, but actually in the book, the second planet wasn't a hive mind either. They developed minds of their own and they became more independent with each other. Wow! My mind is blown right now because of this. They look just like us, even down to the same coloring. Although I don't think we have skulls in the background. But obviously we must kill them all. I think that's clear. Because they hate us just as much as we hate them. And so it's us or them. Now, let's take a quick look. What kind of homeworld do they like? Desert worlds. That's too bad. So we can't live on their planets, but we can kill them as fast as... Whoa, they're right there! Holy moly. Okay. Okay. So.
Star system charted.
Yeah, he's doing that research, and then he's immediately going to go and survey that system, because if there's something worthwhile there, we want to get it before they do. Immense ragged plains of shadow drift across the face of the planet. They're cast not by clouds, but by sheets of organic material. Lots of extra society research there. That's amazing. We want to get this system as soon as we can. That's a very potent planet, and that just made that, ooh, tasty, so to speak. Let's just send him over there. Okay.
Construction complete.
Construction complete. Fantastic. All right. So we've got our starbase here. This is like the brand new thing. I don't know how many of you guys are actually familiar at all with 2.0 here. If you guys all know what's going on, then I don't need to explain anything and I'll just blaze through. But if you are interested in learning more about how this recent patch has changed things, please speak up. So we've got the starport here. We can upgrade it later, but right now we don't have the resources and we don't really even want to necessarily. Instead, we want to build some mining stations as soon as we can get enough resources. So let's manually target... this one will give us 1 and 1, which is good. It'll pay for itself, and it'll give us a mineral. And we don't have to worry too much. Alright, so now that this is in our territory, now we can colonize. this here, and I think we want to put that right on top of the power. You know what I always like to do? I like to name my planets based on what they're capable of producing the most. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 power, 1, 2 food, 2 mineral. This is an energy-based planet. I want some energy output here. So I'm going to put an E at the end of this, just to remind myself that when I go to do upgrades in this planet, I don't have to recount everything all the time. I just want to take the empty areas of the planet and put an E at the end. Unfortunately, it's not a great big planet, but it is what it is. Like, right, burning through time again. They have a space station probably about as strong as ours, which is only 377. That's really weak at the beginning. We found another anomaly. This one's only a 20% risk because it's only anomaly level 1. But you know what, Quennis? It's sink or swim time. You better learn how to do this anomaly thing. Oh, it's in Quennis. That's actually Autonomous Drone 18. Sorry, Autonomous Drone 18. I didn't mean to give the praise to the wrong group, or the wrong person. The wrong planet? Yeah, whatever. So the other thing that's kind of... Oh, construction complete. What do you mean construction complete? Oh, we built a mineral thing. Now we could build more mining stations. But which ones? I think we want more minerals. There we go.
Colonization.
All right, we've started the colonization. It's the first prime colony. Great day for the consciousness, and we get a bunch of engineering research as a result. Thank you very much. While conducting their survey of M42112, the crew of the ISS Seeker picked up several life signs coming from within the asteroid. There appears to be a colony of large, burrowing, worm-like lithovores within the rock, which has been riddled with tunnels. These unique life forms have somehow adapted to life in the coldness of space. Excellent. Extra society research, even better. We are going to be super on the society research here. Just knock... You know what we don't have at all, though? No physics research in space around us. And, ooh, there's a continental world right there! That... I want it! I want it, guys! That's our first claim. The new war system, you claim the things that you want before the war starts. And if you overclaim too much stuff, it's hard to get an end to the war. But if you claim just enough and you take it, you can then say, I got it, you suck, it's mine now, end the war. Assuming you won enough battles to prove that you're great and powerful. Alright, we got some power over here, that's good. I'm liking it. Leaders gained a level. Scientist has gained a level. Excellent. Good job, scientist. Quennis is proving to be quite the potent area as well. Look at that. It's not even finished. And it's already got 9 resources. So it's like, I think I need to go grab Alpha Hydri as soon as I'm finished with this system. So I'm actually going to queue that up. It's not fully surveyed, so I can't actually claim it yet. What else do we have left in here? Oh, geez, it's just the one. Now, one of the nice things is that every planet will always have something on it. Energy or minerals or what have... Not planet, sorry. Every star will always have something. So there'll be no system that contains 0 resources, which is nice.
Star system
All right, go make a star base over there. You have some more stuff to do over here. Actually, we want you to survey the things they might grab from us before we can get there. That's important. Meanwhile, the next researches all need to be war-focused. And right now, let's go into the ship designer. We're going to do our own design of a Corvette because this thing always generates an auto best, and I've never really been a super fan of that. Now, we could go with guided, but guided's not as good because we're getting the level 2 mass drivers. So those are starting first. And then we could put extra power on the ship, but I don't think we need it. Now, deflectors... Deflectors are good at dealing with energy weapons. Mass drivers go right, you know, damage shields a lot more. I don't know what he's going to use. Let's just take a little extra armor. Now, what is this going to be? It's a Corvette, and it's a kinetic Corvette. Type K. That's it. It's just a K-type Corvette. Because it's all kinetic damage. That's easy enough to remember. Now, we can go into the Fleet Manager, and we can swap out the 3 Corvettes that we currently have for K. And then we can tell these guys to go upgrade at the closest starbase, which they're already at. And it'll switch them from the Pi Cap class to the K class, which is nice. Now, we're going to need a lot more of those guys. Our current limit is 20. Probably the best thing to do... Well, actually, we need to deal with our home world situation here. We have to clear off some space, because I like that they do have these, like, you can see these really useful little notifications. This planet has clearable blockers that are hindering growth. It's saying, hey, as soon as the next population finishes, there's going to be no more growth. So it tells you to come do this. Now, it's also telling me that somebody on my home world lacks buildings. This guy doesn't have a building that he can build in. So we're actually going to start that power plant build first, because we don't need to clear this until after the power plant's done. So we're going to build the power plant, then we're going to clear that, and then we can put this guy on that and build him a little mining thing. And from that point on, I don't know, I guess we'll see what happens. Oh, an Arctic world. I don't think we're going to be good habitability there. Speeding this up a little bit. We're going to want to fight these guys as fast as possible. This is what roughly what their starbase looks like right here. A couple of medium mass drivers and nuclear missiles. I wasn't hovering over the right star system. There we go. And that means it also has 10,000 hull points. Alright, we got our second ability here. We can either choose Starbase Influence Cost reduced by 10 so you can build a lot of them, or what does Supremacy give us? Starbase Capacity increased by 2. Not great just for early conquest. While I would like to go down there, let's finish expansion so we can get that Ascension perk. Capital buildings produce additional unity. This will help us get these traditions faster. The effective tradition cost caused by number of colonies is reduced. That's also good. New colonies start with 1 original pop. So here's the deal. If I cannot find another planet in this local area here to build on, then I think I'm immediately going to start pumping out ships to go to war with these guys. If I can find more planets, I want to get them started. If I can find another really good planet, let's put it that way. So this guy's going to finish surveying this system, then he's going to start surveying over here to see if there's something else within easy reach. Because these are the ones... Oh! Well, that happened. So that's no longer relevant. Alright, we've got our growth speed, so that's going to help our new colony. Now, we need to get rid of tile blockers. What kind of tile blockers do we have to deal with? We got 3 of those dense jungle and only 1 of the toxic kelp. So I don't think we want to care about toxic kelp. Off-world trading company can be very great, but monthly unity just straight up +2. And getting those campaigns unlocked to allow us to spend our influence, that is definitely worth it. And you remember, we did have somebody who's actually really good at statecraft. So we're going to take our scientist off of his survey duty. And we're going to take the other science ship. We're going to give them the scientist that is now available. So theoretically, that
system charted.
Oh, there we go. Okay, good. And we've got an anomaly over there. Exquisite impact crater. Something
Final
breaks a
proper cleared.
visual uniformity, huh?
Construction complete.
All right, we know that we have our science ship here. So now this is what we need to do. We need to survey these very quickly. If we find no planets here, we go super war. They can use the purification casus belli against us. We can now use the containment casus belli against them. Well, as I recall, this planet was really nice. So I'm actually going to try to claim... We don't know of any empire whose systems we could claim. Oh, no. What? Why is that the case? Because we have to set them as a rival, maybe. Why can't we claim anything?
Sphere of influence expanded. Technology secured.
And I actually have to better go claim this with a starbase immediately. That's a very important point. How much do I recommend getting this expansion? The new patch adds the majority of all of the new stuff that just landed. The expansion really only adds the Planet Killer class ship and the Titan class ship. If you don't care about those, or the One World Challenge, because they added the seeded life planet from Gaia World, I don't want to change any research. Then it's probably not that big of a deal for you if you don't want those super big planets. Oh, we have Cybrex. We've discovered the Cybrex were here. That's important. Now, one of the interesting things of this is that if you, like, go to build a starbase... Let's just tell them to move here instead. If you go to build this starbase, it costs 75 influence because it's right next to us. So if we were to go to build a starbase here, it's also 75 because it's one jump away. If you go to build out here with our handy-dandy guy, that becomes 150! It's 75 per jump. It gets really expensive to just claim areas well outside your borders. So you're encouraged to more or less expand the correct way. In a way that makes sense. Now, what I do think I want to do over here is upgrade this starport. I have the resources to do it, and I want to make sure that thing can survive. If somebody starts invading us, I don't want them to get to our homeworld before they start facing problems. So that's what we're going to do. This guy's moving over here. And as soon as he gets there, we want him to build that, but he can't do it yet because we chose to upgrade that starbase. Probably worth it, but it is what it is. So now we got our thing here has been finished. Let's definitely build... well, we can't build it yet, and he's not going to be grown for a while anyway. So as soon as we can get another 30, that's 2 more months. So let's fast forward there. Because we need to claim this before they do. That is very important.
Technology secured.
Technology secured. Okay. We've got the coil gun. We could now get army damage up. That could be very valuable. But you know what? Mining network to get faster mineral production. No, you know what? We're going to be spending all our minerals on ships. We don't want to go for the long game. We need to hit them now. This is about early aggressive. And we got to do it. We got to do it! The only, I think, minerals that I'm going to spend on anything other than ships right now is to get these 2 mineral-producing things, plus maybe an energy-producing thing as needed. Alright. So, we can build this mining station, and then that mining station, and exclusively pump out combat swarms until we're at our max.
Star system charted.
And we'll see if that's enough. Unemployment, though, is a problem. Damn. Well, we'll build him a mining network, and that'll be just about the same.
Anomaly found.
This costs energy, so I'm okay spending that.
Construction complete.
Build this mining station.
Construction complete.
We're researching that anomaly. We found it. Extra
Situation
stuff.
log
Good. Musical
updated.
world. Like those. Oh, what's that? What's that? An ocean world.
Star
We know how
system
to
charted.
habitate in ocean worlds. Now they're not great, but they're good. Let me mute this so you don't hear that for the next hour. There we go. But that's definitely a place to expand later. First, we got to deal with our cousins here on a deep sea expedition. Are you not level 3? Not level 3. We'll have to come back to that later. Meanwhile, we did get our starbase. That was finished here. Fantastic. And like I said before, the only other expense I'm going to make is building a mining station, because as soon as we pump out all these ships, we're going to have a problem with energy credits. We got a technology, new research being done faster. Fusion reactor, that's a good military tech. Automatic exploration, survey speed going up. All these are definitely good. Fusion reactor is valuable. Let's see how closely we are, how tight we are on power. We only have 4 power. If we got anything other than a better gun, if we got better shields, for example, we probably wouldn't be able to upgrade. Damn, that's an interesting conundrum. I think we want the fusion reactor so that if we do get better shields, we can upgrade. More gun. And you know what? Let me go back and redesign that. Because this does do a lot less armor damage, and if they have armor damage, we want to do some armor damage. Let's put 1 red laser in there. Now, the red laser doesn't do as much flat DPS, but once we get through the shields, the red laser will be able to do a lot more for us. So you can see power got shifted to a component rather than an auxiliary, or whatever they call these slots down here. They call them utility slots, sorry. So it's a component. So all ships have a single reactor that's whatever technology level you're at, and that provides a certain amount of power. Now, you can still sometimes exceed your power, which is why you could put a reactor booster here, which will add an extra power, 20 power generation. But that slot is also valuable for other things, and if I'm not mistaken, it would also cost an extra 5 minerals. All right, the next tradition is ready for us. So new colonies start with 1 additional pop. We're not going to be worrying about new colonies for the next little bit. The effective tradition cost caused by the number of colonies is reduced. That's definitely good. Starbase influence cost reduced by 10%. Starbase capacity increased. All of these wind up pointing towards good things, but at this point, I think I want to start going down supremacy. No, we got to hit this one, because this one will make it cheaper. As you can see, we have 1 colony in addition to our homeworld, so it costs us 20% more for the next tradition. And each system without a colony in it costs us an extra 2%. So this one will lower that 20% by 20%. So that should bring it down to 15%. 16%. That's weird. That's not 20. Oh, no, it is. By 4. Yeah, not 5. 5 would have been 25%. Okay, anyway, so that's good. So that's what we wanted. Now we're going to burn through here. And we're going to go back to our fleet manager, and we're going to say we want our fleet to eventually have the maximum capacity, right? We want to fill it up, and theoretically this number here should tell us the total cost to improve our entire fleet, but I think it's bugged.
Star system
Thanks,
charted.
Cooper. I'm glad that helped for you. Hey, Tech a Guy 512. I don't know that I'm going to do another Star Citizen video for a while. Tales of Citizens is on a permanent hiatus. There were some issues with, well, let's just say drama that resulted in no longer having dedicated co-host. So that is on hiatus until I change my mind about it. At the moment, I don't know. I'm waiting for it to actually go somewhere. I'm getting burned out waiting for this thing. So when it actually goes somewhere, we'll come back and...
Spaceport under attack.
Oh, that's no good. Our deep space tracking arrays in Cooper Prime E have made an alarming discovery. A large asteroid is headed towards the planet on a direct collision course. Should it impact the surface, the consequences would be disastrous. The asteroid must be destroyed before it is too late. Well, we have just the men for that. The men of the drones of Combat Swarm 1, who are going to get a commander for the first time. What kind of a commander? A ship upkeep commander. Evasion and sublight speed. Sublight speed and disengagement. I think evasion's good. Let's give them evasion. And we're going to send them on a save the day course. You can see that rock is slowly moving. Oh, it's actually getting shot at by our handy dandy space base, star base here. It's not a strong star base. It's very weak, but it's better than nothing. Now we have a construction ship here with nothing to do, and I feel bad about that construction ship, but I'm going to need all the minerals devoted specifically to this war effort. Because, if I'm correct, we're going to have to deal with a spaceport that's at least 500 strength, and probably a military that's also that as well. Alright, so those guys are trying to come in to help save the day. It looks like they're going to be here with plenty of time to spare. So the reason I'm not building ships yet is that if you start building ships, then they will start costing you in upkeep.
Anomaly found.
So what I want to do is get about 75-ish% of the resources I need and then start building ships so that I'm not paying the upkeep while I'm waiting for more money to build more ships that I need. So we found another anomaly, a weak signal from the surface of the moon. Let's go take a look at it. It looks like they're going to definitely take this rock out. There's no more drama to be had there. Now, is it still not letting me make any claims? Why can't we claim that Empire stuff? Has been located on the surface. It appears to be an ancient survey marker. Oh, that's kind of cool. Does anybody know why we're not able to claim? Is there a research I need before I'm allowed to make claims? I mean, this empire is pissed at me. We have no need to claim the systems of major threats. Oh, so all of their systems are automatically claimed. That's kind of cool. I don't have to pay for it because they're considered a major threat because, I don't know, they have some automatic casus belli against me because they're purifiers. I have an automatic has casus belli containment. That automatically must give me claims, right? That's probably what we're looking at here. So if I hit declare war and then we take a look at the containment, war is waged to end a threat to galactic civilization. Yeah, that's a good reason to wage a war. I'm behind you there. Let's hit the fleet manager. So it says 3 of the 17 ships. We have enough money to build 3 of the 17 ships we're going to need. We should also upgrade the ships that we have to full... oh, they're still fighting that asteroid over there. Okay. Good on you guys. Finish it off. There you go. Now, asteroid was approaching, blah, blah, blah. Wow, we gained 420 minerals. Awesome. We grabbed them. So, here's the other cool thing about this new expansion and this whole fleet manager system. Your fleets now have a home base, and if you simply press the B key, they'll automatically go there and orbit around it, which is fantastic. Now, because this is our capital, we'll consider... Oh, we already have crew gestation chambers, which means docked ship upkeep is minus 25%, which is great. We don't want to pay any more upkeep than we have to while we're waiting for the minerals we need. And right now we can get 6 of 17. When that gets to about 12, I'm going to start the production process. And you know, because I want the production process to be fast, can we spend 100 on a shipyard? Maybe we can. No, corvettes are built really quickly. I don't think we need a secondary. Let's save the money. Let's Let's try not to be crazy here. Oh, oh, they popped in and they took it. Those bastards. Okay. Well, I got nothing left to survey in this area until we start building out. We can't build out if we're saving up to go to war. So, we're going to have to end this war. And encountered an old guard fleet in Debux and is currently attempting to evade them. Oh, it's a pirate haven. Whoa! Reports that a fleet has encountered a significant presence. Judging by the preliminary scans of the immense ships these stations harboring them, this is a historical pirate port. It has likely been uninterrupted operation since whatever ancient era. Wow! Okay, so they have a flagship. Galleon class. Run away! He's trying to get the hell out, sir. There you go. Yep, yep. We're going to leave that well enough alone. If we do put a planet here, that is going to be a problem. Now, this is the only way I am going to spend some resources, I think, is going to be doing this. And clearing out something. We're going to be hurting on energy credits once we deal with this. Once we build our giant fleet, we're going to be hurting on energy credits, is what I'm trying to say. And so we're going to want to get that production up. We're at 7 of 17. We're almost to the point where we're going to start building our fleet. What am I streaming next? I can tell you tomorrow afternoon, starting around 1 o'clock. Why don't I make that official? Tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, I'll stream again. I don't know how long it'll be for, but I'll make it happen. He's claiming a lot of stuff. That means he's spending resources to expand into it. We're just saving him up. Saving him up.
Technology secured.
Oh, we got a technology. Is that one of our... Nope, not military. Defense army damage. Not as important as you'd think. A growth speed thing specifically for society research, huh? I don't know that I want that. I do need to get rid of all tile blockers eventually, so let's take that for now. There's no good statecraft or war-based military ones in that choice there. So it is what it is. Where are we at? We're at 9 of 17. So we're halfway there. Though we are not, in fact, living on a plurier. That's just not the case. Let's give this guy a science lab. Just so he's not complaining at me anymore. Oh, there we go. We got our military thing going on. Wearing a powered exoskeleton suit augments the user's strength and speed. The military applications are obvious, but it will also increase labor efficiency. Bonus minerals. Excellent. Ah! Corvette build speed, also very good, but clearly ceramo metal armor takes the cake. Now, do we have somebody who's good at this? We don't. I thought we had a materials scientist, but I think that was one of our choices that we didn't take. All right. So, 71 months remaining. Hopefully, we'll be at war before that, but if we're not, we'll come to war with a stronger thing. Now, one of the advantages of what we're doing here is once we get all of these as part of the war, we didn't have to pay to expand or build up those mining places in there. We're letting him expand and pay for them. We'll just take everything else. Yep, let's take the 10% reduction on influence so that when we do start building out, we are ready with a reduction in price. Normally my construction ship would be just going crazy right now, but can't afford it. Need the minerals for the fleet. The glorious fleet. Coming soon to a fleet near you.
Vessels upgraded.
Vessels upgraded. Alright. 9 ships still, because I just spent a little bit. Oh, Cybrix Research Station. That's
Situation
good.
log updated.
We'll worry about that later. Science ships are still out there doing their thing, and that's what's important. Leveling up. We'll have them deal with those expeditions and stuff Once we get a 3 or higher scientist. Oh, actually, we could have one of them. So after this guy's done, let's have him come back and deal with this research project. This research project requires what? A 5 or higher. We're not going to worry about that one for quite a while. Rare genetic mutation. The birth of space piracy. Well, I guess it's a good enough time to start that production we were talking about now that we have to deal with space pirates. So, we'll tell it, hey, reinforce the fleet. Boom. It queues up everything for us. So now when these guys come out, they're going to get auto-added to this fleet. And of course, the main disadvantage of what we just did is now we're going to pay a little bit more in maintenance while we're building up enough to finish the fleet. But it is what it is. We have to deal with space pirates, and they're actually over here. So let's send our swarm, now that it has been reinforced with at least one ship. We can send the swarm to help this poor little station that's hopefully not going to get completely wiped out by the time we get there.
Complete.
Oh, it's definitely going to have that happen, isn't it? Went through the shields like they were butter. Like a knife through butter. The armor's a little bit stronger on this, though, you can see. Yeah, the armor's 3 or 4 times stronger, so that should be okay. And then it's got a bunch of hull left over. Another interesting change is that when the hull starts taking damage, the station starts... any ship, when its hull starts taking damage, its firepower goes down. It gets a penalty to its firepower because it's assumed that it's taking damage. I don't think that was the case before. Same with morale damage on troops, if I'm not mistaken. All right, here come the heroes of the day. Can they get there in time to save the station? Its armor is holding. Holding. And here they come. Oh, those pirates are taking it in the teeth. Look at it. They don't even have shields. Don't even know how to build shield technology. You guys suck. And pirates don't retreat. One of the new things is that when your ships take enough damage, if they're below 50%, they start having a higher and higher chance of evading, just leaving the battle. So they don't. It's not all or nothing anymore, which is really nice. Alright, so we've got all these ships currently in development. We're saving up. We need 8 more. We've got enough for 1. So, of these ships, actually, one of them is really hurt. So let's go repair them before we go searching for another anomaly. Very easy to do. Let's do that. Before we go searching for where those pirates came from, I'm going to bet it's here. We're going to repair our fleet, because why not? We got the time. The Dyson Station is currently pumping out corvettes as fast as it can. We're still... I had it on auto upgrade, which only makes sense, because that way, as soon as I get the armor, it'll auto upgrade it to the stronger version, which is going to be quite a while still. But maybe just in time. Because remember, in addition to the fleets, ideally we'd also get some army guys that we could use to invade. And the good news is we're going to lower that upkeep as soon as they get to orbiting the planet and getting their repairs. And now it's much stronger than it was a moment ago, so we can go hunt down that pirate base and kill it. And I think you get a nice bonus of energy and minerals. You get the strong box from the pirate base. That gives you some things. Ooh, we gained some physics research. That's good. We were behind in that. A little bit. Excellent. Alright, so these guys are back here. They're healing up. They got little pluses coming off them. That's how real repairs work, right? When Scotty's down there taking care of business, fixing the dilithium crystals or what have you, it shows, you can tell, because if you go down there, you can see little green pluses coming off it. Hey, Lauren, you're watching the stream? Welcome.
Star system charted.
What's your favorite part of the update? Have you played it yet? I think just the whole change to the way that military works, including the ship design, is my favorite part. Okay, fully repaired. Let's go and find that pirate base. Speed this up a little more. And then look at our situation with... No, not the ship designer, not the fleet manager. We're still not able to afford our second ship of 8. Now we can. Not enough time to comment yet. Find a new anomaly. Crazy asteroid thingy. That's good. You can see how our income has plummeted because of the size of our fleet now. Ship upkeep is much higher than it used to be. Alright, we found the pirate base here on Jin. Go take it out. We should get a bunch of minerals from it.
Attacking enemy assets.
It's not nearly as impressive watching these little corvettes blow things up as it is when you get much bigger ships. And maybe that's the only real reason to get the expansion, is because you want to see the big ships fight. So you can see here that the power value of this thing is going down as it takes hull damage. That's what I was talking about before. And boom! 300 minerals! Fantastic! That had a big strong box, essentially. Now I'm going to tell my fleet, head back to base. And all of the ships that are being built and told to go to it.
Construction complete.
Aloran is hoping that naval combat is fixed. Oh, there's going to be... I mean, it's still going to be... There's still going to be a meta, I'm sure.
Tactical retreat.
Some form of alien vessels. Here. Looks like space amoebas to me. We want to set aside some things. I guess we should research that. Alright, so our swarm here is currently repairing. We can pay for 4 of the 8 new ones. We're down to 11 per. That's not good. Because we have so many ships. It's killing us. Now, the first places we take have no mineral income. Damn it. Alright, maybe I should have our construction ship grab this in order to get an extra 2. That's going to take 50 months to pay for itself. No, we can't afford that right now. Now, we did get back up to 16 because they're now in orbit. While they're being repaired, they cost less upkeep. Wrong one again. Fleet manager. 5. All right. Just a few more, and then we're going to start this war. We need to get to probably 1,200 minerals. Because, man, that's not enough. That is not enough firepower. Even if we double it, which is about what we're about to do. Oh, man, we're going to blow these guys up. We hate everything. There's no way that we study them. No, we blow them up. That's what we do. Oh, somebody needs to be employed. Well, you go over here. And then we're not going to build you a building because we're still dealing with this whole fleet situation. Even if we wanted to increase our mineral production, there's very few places we could get it. Like here and here. Those are the only 2. And it would cost us 200 just to do that. No, 290 each. 290 each is a lot to pay back. Alright, where are we here? 6. Let's wait until we can build 7. Then I'm going to start the process. Because it is going to tank our ability. Alright. We got 1 more of these. Starbase capacity or new colony starting with initial pop. Either one doesn't matter at this point because we're going for some military type stuff here.
Anomaly found.
Alright. We need 1134. Ugh. It's taking forever to get this, but we need the win. We absolutely need the win. Now here, we're okay for the moment. Can we have you focus on minerals? No, there's no minerals to focus on. Okay, well, I guess it is what it is there. This might be a strategy that completely backfires and then, like, oh, that's a good stream, guys. Thanks for showing up. I ran into a crunch where I couldn't even get any new minerals. I don't know. Ooh. Ooh. I would like an automated shipyard to be repaired because it might give us some cool technology, some cool ships. We found one. The manufacturing base is still in working condition. Yeah. Take us there. I want you to make that thing poop out ships. Let's do it. This has one construction ship in orbit. That's interesting. It's going to take a while to get there, but I want it. And to that end, let's start the process of building these 6 ships. That one might give us 1 or 2, maybe even just 1 destroyer. And then we'll have hit our limit. You can see we have a fleet limit of 20, and we have a naval capacity of 21. So we can check out Dyson's shipyard queue. And we can watch as this goes up.
Secured.
All right, we got what new technology? Fusion reactor, so we can get shields, but a laser is just about as good. So let's take that. We're 16 months away. We're definitely going to upgrade our units to have this better armor, which should give us an edge. We've done a lot of focus on that.
Star system charted.
Man, this you know, ancient manufacturing center might not actually get to us in time. All right, this research is done.
Special project complete.
Returned from the deep sea expedition in the rich biosphere of the sea beneath the ice. Several large species native to the lower regions of the global sea have been found to produce a unique inorganic molecule with immense healing properties. If this molecule is successfully harvested in large enough quantities, it could revolutionize the field of medical science. Ooh. So we get 101 and tech research option gained. Living metal. Hang on a tech. Hang on a tick. Living metal. Strategic resource. It will always attempt to regenerate back to the shape it was stabilized into. Megastructure build cost reduction, daily hull regen, and daily armor regen. That is really cool, especially because apparently we know where it is. It's right here on Muzdaka. So, yeah. Actually, we want to go back to what we were building. Ceramic metal armor, please. There we go. This science ship, what are you going to do? You're only level 3. Can't do the research station. Can't go there. I guess we'll head you down this way. We want to know if there's another planet in this vicinity. Because this is, remember, this is that spot. This is the spot we want to control, if at all possible, later on. It's a great choke point. Engineering facility would be valuable later. Right now, I'm building up this military force.
Construction complete.
Construction complete. The swarm is ready to go to town on these guys. Go to town on them. We have enough to get 1 more ship. Let's do it. And then we're going to war. He's continuing to expand. I have to hope he doesn't have a very big navy. Have to hope. Meanwhile, our construction ship is really going out there to get that manufacturing thing happening for us. And hopefully sending it home. Meanwhile, we're going to get this in a position. You know what? Actually, we're going to get in this position. This actually has a a space station port thingy that can have defenses if I want it to. Oh, wow. Wow. Do you remember how I said, like, we might get in a situation where we never get any mineral resources? Well, this is kind of the one. I got to go get some ships blown up in order for me to get anything. That's a problem. Where's the thing that gets us more minerals on the planets? I need that soon. I also wouldn't mind having these extra Corvette hull points, so let's do that. Is this one permanently available? I think it is. Oops. Yeah, I want the Corvette hull points for now. So this combat swarm is actually going to go and get the upgrade of that armor that we just asked for.
Anomaly found.
And maybe that'll give us enough minerals to maybe do this here. If I could get to 190, that would be great, because then I can have my construction ship come back and get at least a few more minerals happening. Although, honestly, I'd build it here. Get 6 more. But right now, it's finally getting close to figuring out what was going on over there with that manufacturing center. Once appears to have been a large Cybrex base. We got some more Cybrex stuff. That's good. These guys are preparing ship upgrades. Preparing for ship upgrades. Well, then why aren't you getting the upgrades? Why do you need prepare? Don't prepare. Just, like, go upgrade. What are you waiting for? This is weird. Did I break it? The upgrades they're getting should theoretically be these, right? Oh, that's interesting. The computer thinks that throwing the extra shields on are more valuable because you've already got a lot of armor, and just in case... Alright, I can get behind that. I can get behind that. Okay. Why can't I save it? Because it's upgrading, it says. Alright, don't upgrade. Instead, just, like, go here and orbit. Now I can fix it. Give them a little bit more deflector shields. Save, yes. Maybe now that means we can tell them to go upgrade. Now it's upgrading. There we go. Boom. The upgrade costs some money. That's why I think they was waiting on getting the money. Perhaps. Alright. This is it. We've got exactly 1,000. I'm gonna make war like you ain't seen. Fire and fury, so to speak. Home in the sky. Starbase module build cost. That's kind of cool. Alright. What's my ruler? Did my ruler have traits? Oh, yeah. Hive mind. Immortal. That's his trait. That's all he gets. He doesn't get better at anything. He doesn't do it. He's just awesome. What do we get? Colonizing stuff. Okay. Biolabs would be potentially good. Empire leader capacity and leader pool size. Let's get that biolab. We don't need that kelp reduction. The biolab. You want to get all those basic research buildings early on if you can. Don't you remember how AI always have bigger starting navies? I don't know. I don't remember that because I don't know. I've never really fought an enemy this early in the game. So let's find out what the deal is. End the threat. Containment.
We have declared war to safeguard our interests.
There we go. We're going in. And resource storage is full. What research? Our influence. Oh, geez. You know what? We have the ability to deal with this problem, don't we? We've had it for a while. No, we don't. Map the Stars is the only campaign we have. Shit. What about planetary edicts? I don't think we have any. Nope. Well, let's do the Map the Stars campaign at least. That way we're not wasting this influence. And the construction ship is doing his thing. This guy's doing his thing. After he's done, I guess we can send him over here to survey. We can take advantage of Map the Stars for as long as possible. What is that? Oh, it's an ocean world. Right on that. Ooh, it's right on that choke point I want. We're going to have to take that. We're going to have to take it after the war. The war is what it's about. Let's do this. This beautiful navy of tiny, tiny ships entering hyperlane. They get here and they wait for literally a fortnight, 14 days, before they decide to finally get in the hyperlane. Takes a long time. Alright. So we get here, what's waiting for us? Not much, we're claiming the system. If it gets any output, I think that goes right to us. We're at +3 energy right now. When we take this system, I think we'll get that +2. And hopefully drive him to bankruptcy as we go. I'm hoping we don't have to send our fleet back for repairs too often. Maybe the construction ship will get us a new replacement for any losses we take. But getting the extra shields actually can be pretty helpful if we're worried about a long-term campaign inside here. Yeah, they want to end the threat as well. So they get claims on everything, and we get claims on everything. The only way into our empire is right now through here. I can't afford to properly guard it, so my fleet will be the guards. Are we losing any... A little bit of damage went through the shields on this ship. And this ship. They must have some... missile weapons that can go through there. I can't deal with the unemployment problem now. We could go straight for Fihir. I think that's important. Oh, it was originally the homeworld of the Indimac, another victim of the relentless expansion of the Cybrex, machines that went wild and tried to cleanse the universe millions of years ago. The planet was bombarded from orbit until they surrendered. Cybrex warforms then descended to the surface, initiating a program to exterminate the Indec population that would last for 3 years. Yeah, I don't know what surrendering does in that point. Along with the 7 billion Indec, this also resulted in the destruction of the estimated 97% of the planet's biota. Yikes. Well, we found that place. That's good. So I think we're about to take this as soon as that system falls. Yep, we gained the energy credits, which you know what that means? That means we go to take your minerals, mofo. Let's do it. We can go here, and then here, and then here, and then see if we can end the war. Now, the war is partially dealt with through this interface. Our actual goal is to exterminate them completely, and that means take everything. I don't know if we'll be able to do that, but we're going to try it. So the combat stats show us nothing really valuable, because that was their station, that wasn't their navy. We don't know too much about their navy. In fact, let's take a look at our ship designer. Our radar system only has a center range of 1, so we can only see ships that are here, or here because of the space station that's there. So we're going to more war. Warring on this little guy here. There's their fleet. It's exactly the same size as mine. Oh, shit. That doesn't bode well at all. I don't have the resources to fight. How did he have a big navy? That's not fair. I'm still kind of winning. Still kind of winning. Successfully restored power to the shipyard. Materials on. Unfortunately, the ancient facility broke down. Damn it! Oh, we pressed the new ship into service. Okay, there was one ship that made it out. An advanced frigate. There it is. Yeah! Come join the combat swarm. At least come back to here, and then we'll figure out where you go from there. But that is not bad. That is a 165 fleet strength. That's pretty good. So, hey, we need to stop paying upkeep for all these ships we're losing. We didn't actually lose too many ships. Thank you, shields. What do they have? They don't seem to have shields. Or some of them do, but not nearly as many. So we're actually... Well, we're losing now. Let's get the hell out of here. Retreat. I thought we were doing better than we were. Okay. Well, yep. Remember when I said maybe this just kind of ends real quick? Okay. You need to come back here too, construction ship. It is your destiny. Actually, going here would be good for the construction ship. Since we have a little bit of money, maybe we should try to get some resources. Because it looks like this war is going to take a lot longer than I had hoped. So having a source of income would be great, since he has a pretty big source of income. Uh-oh. You took the short path, but that's okay. They're just whatever those things are. We can ignore those. Hopefully he'll ignore those. Good. He ignored those. It is a destroyer class, or level, or what have you. So we're going to send him to go merge with that fleet, which means now we go to the fleet manager. Now that's interesting. I told him to merge and he disappeared? Okay, well, when he gets there, he'll show up, I think, inside the fleet manager. So in order to fully replace these guys, we would need about 300 something. And we're not getting many minerals in here. If we take this, could we then try to colonize the planet as fast as possible? I don't know. Maybe we'll recover faster than him thanks to the extra Corvette or destroyer class ship that we got there. Here it is. It's coming back. And what did we say this guy was? He's got, wow, he's got some really strong weapons on this thing. And strong shields? Holy crap. It's a frigate. It's slightly stronger, slightly more slots than a Corvette, slightly less than a destroyer. It's even got advanced combat computers. That thing's fantastic. It's our flagship now.
Star system charted.
Well, at least somebody's doing something valuable. Yeah, do those anomalies. Wish I could get a trade, one of those trading guys, the consortium guys that let you trade energy for minerals. That would be in great demand right now.
Presence exposed.
Oh, we could catch them here. If they're fighting our station, we can take that with an advantage. This is a stronger station than the one that we went in to fight. Oh, but here comes the rest of their fleet. Damn it to hell. Well, we're going to try anyway. I didn't never upgrade this station because I didn't have the money. Station's losing armor quick. And it doesn't seem to be doing much to the enemy. Don't you have guns? Why are they... Oh, they're shooting at the other guys. Okay. It's almost killed one of them. That's good. Asteroid was used as a junkyard. Oh, good. More minerals we can't get access to. It's taunting us there. It's taunting us. Now it's taking lots of damage. Here comes the heroes of the day that aren't going to get there in time. But at least he'll have some damage on his ships. Oh, the thing survived, so it's going to continue putting its firepower out there. Which isn't a lot. I mean, it's just 2 missile 2s that have bad tracking against these guys. I should have built some defenses, but I didn't have the money for it. Oh, jeez, my ships are dying so fast. Why? Damage to shields. Does this mean we're doing damage to shields? I think so. Yeah, because they are using only small coil guns, right? That appears to be the case here. We're using coil guns and lasers. And our coil guns are very inefficient. Huh. Because they have... Because, well, we haven't gotten through their shields yet. Or we have gotten through their shields down to the armor. Okay, sorry, that's the armor there. This is where the coil guns are very efficient. So I think we're doing okay on the coil guns. The thing is, we need to build nothing but armor because that's all they have is the coil guns. I'm sorry, not armor, nothing but shields. Or no, I'm reading this backwards. 149% efficient means that their shots are 149% efficient because they're using kinetic only. So do we just get out of dodge here? We can't retreat for 5 more days, but when we do... We do. And then we take a look at our design here. We want to build only armor. Oh, wait a minute. This is the wrong one, isn't it? No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I thought I put some red lasers on there. I was reading that whole thing backwards. I really wish it would be more clear on whose is whose. So... we were using nothing but coil guns, and as a result, we were having a problem. We couldn't get through their shields. Meanwhile, what am I looking at here? Type K, yeah, right? I thought I changed it to have some deflectors like this. Maybe I saved it weird, but anyway. The new ship is here. I think we lost the war, people. I think as cool as this start was, the AI cheating is very disappointing. Because there's no way he built that fleet and built out. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 1,000 minerals just to build those space bases. Then he also built all the mining stations on them too. And even if you account for the fact that he's building Ascension perk available. Yeah, well, how's that going to help? Mastery of Nature is actually the one I really like. Maybe I did miss your YouTube comment. Oh, Lauren, I didn't. I'm still looking at it. Maybe I'm not seeing the most up-to-date one. Yeah, it seems like, man, I hate it when when you're playing a game and you can reveal the fact that the AI is basically cheating by what they've built. I mean, the same thing is true in Civilization, but I guess that's the only way, because otherwise early war is too strong against the AI if they don't have extra ships for no reason. I like Mastery Nature, that even it's changed. I mean, I'll give this a little bit more time to see if I can pull something out here. I'm pretty sure we're boned. Alright, so we come back, they're healing up. Theoretically, they're docked, so why aren't we getting a reduction in ship upkeep? Or maybe we are. Alright, so we get that frigate class, which is all by itself worth like 3 corvettes, which is kind of awesome. Alright, so it's healed up. Now, if we hit upgrade here, theoretically, it should go up a little bit, maybe, because of the way we've set it up.
Upgraded.
No, it's about the same. And then resource storage full. Yeah, we got too much influence. Can we build new ships? 1 new ship. Well, I don't think we can do it, but we're going to go sabotage ourselves into... Because, look, it's only 1 level 4 laser that's really the big advantage. The guided missiles are pretty good, too. The fact they've got decent tracking. The medium X-ray laser, not super valuable because you're shooting at tiny corvettes. So it doesn't do a lot of damage because its tracking is too low. It's strong, but it can still be destroyed by that fleet.
Star system charted.
Oh yeah, they took my world there. Yep, I think we can just call it here. And we're going to try again with the same starting concept tomorrow. But maybe we'll just do all the early expansion we originally planned for instead of going for early war, because apparently that's impossible when the AI cheats. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm probably going to just hide this video after the fact rather than leave it up because, well, it doesn't really count. It doesn't really count. Yeah, so that happened. Have a good one, everybody. I guess we'll see you tomorrow. 1 o'clock Eastern time or so is when I'll be back. Alright, have a good one.